July 18th, 2014. I remember because it was the hottest day of the year and the aircon in the car was out, so we were really suffering. It was me and Alice Tonner who... Everyone calls her Daisy, but I can never get her to tell me why. Anyway, Daisy was sectioned years before I was even on the force. She's never been that forthcoming about any of her own experience, takes Section 31 very seriously. The most I could get out of her was that she was originally sectioned for something she referred to as spider husks. The way she described it, it sounded like she'd found a bunch of shells. The sort crabs leave behind when they grow, but I could never figure out if it was meant to be the husks of people-sized spiders or the spider-like husks of people, and Daisy never seemed like she wanted to clarify. I'm sure she mentioned vampires once as well, but I think she was joking. Probably. Maybe. Anyway, we were headed towards Kensington. This one had originally been called in for the ambulance, but then neighbours had reported gunshots, and we had a very strange call with the paramedics. They had specifically refused to confirm there was a gun on scene, so we didn't send an armed unit. They were still on standby, but something in the paramedics report made the other responders decide they should wait for us to get there. The building was pretty run down for Kensington. Still nicer than my house, but, you know. The paramedics met us at the door and showed us up. The lift was out, so we headed up the stairs. On each floor, I saw faces peering out of the cracks in front doors. They must have been the neighbours who heard gunshots. We carried on up until we reached the door that was already open. The lights inside were off. Paramedics said they've all been smashed. The windows had all been painted over, and it was like a boiler room in there. But even in the gloom, it was clear there was a lot of blood around. A lot of blood. We found the victim in the living room, sat on a large armchair. His face was a mess. We got a torch on him, and it was clear he'd been shot in the head multiple times at close range. He was male, white, youngish. Age was hard to guess from what was left of his face. His clothes were new, and there were a lot of expensive-looking trinkets about the place. A lot of old-looking domino sets in glass cases. Daisy spotted the gun lying next to him and went over to retrieve it while I checked the place for any other signs of life. I just turned around when I heard Daisy scream. The guy was moving, trying to gurgle something through what was left of his jaw. He was reaching for the gun. Daisy leapt for it, but it was right next to him and she missed. The man, who he should have been a corpse already, raised the gun and pointed it into this mass of flesh that was his head. Daisy grabbed the gun before he could pull the trigger again and managed to wrestle the gun away from him. Then he made a noise, just a really horrible sound. I think he was trying to cry. The paramedics took him after that. They didn't really want to, but it was clearly more in their domain than ours. I assume hospitals probably have their own version of a Section 31 those poor idiots had to sign later. Daisy and I told them we'd clear it up on the police side. Just a standard suicide, and the body was taken by the ambulance. It cut down on the forms, and neither of us wanted to sign another goddamn Section 31. And Daisy, who's CID now, which I suppose means it's technically her problem, but she's now the only detective who's already sectioned, so she's always way too busy.
You don't mind if I record this, do you?
Knock yourself out.
Right.
Of course, if anyone else ever hears it...
You'll arrest me.
No.
Right. So you came to deliver one of the tapes? From Basira? The audio tapes. So, can I have it? Please?
I'm thinking.
Right. I thought you needed me to check them.
You don't get it, do you?
I'm not sure I follow.
The tapes. Why she was giving them to you.
She wanted my help. You didn't have a tape player at your station.
She thought you did it.
What?
We both did.
Wait, you thought I killed Gertrude?
Yes.
Why?
Look at you. You're obsessed with it. Jumpy as hell, and you're the only person who benefited from her death.
I mean, I didn't.
Yeah, I know. Finally got IT to clean up the CCTV for the week she disappeared. No cameras in the archive, but we got plenty of footage of you. Watched your movements that whole week. You didn't kill her.
What does this have to do with the tapes?
Didn't have enough to hold you. Basira was worried you were going to run.
So, what, you fed me a couple of tapes to keep me around?
Yeah.
And now you know I'm innocent?
I reckon we should cut you off. But Basira's soft. She likes you. No idea why. Maybe she keeps feeding you tapes, doesn't involve me. I don't plan on seeing or hearing anything about it.
Well, thank you, Detective Tonner.
Daisy.
Thank you, Daisy.
Sure.
If you don't mind me asking, how long have you been sectioned now?
I do mind. 14 years.
I don't suppose you'd like to make a statement.
About what?
Whatever you like. 14 years, you must have seen any number of paranormal things.
And you want me to tell you about them? Okay.
What?
Okay. I'll give you a statement about how I got my first Section 31. You look surprised.
I mean, I was largely asking as a formality. Basira didn't give the impression you were the sharing sort.
Maybe you caught me in a good mood.
Right. Well, good. Do you need me to go over our non-disclosure policies?
Not as long as you understand my policy. If it gets out, I'll break every bone in your body.
There are worse things that could happen to them.
What?
Nothing. Statement of Detective Alice Daisy Tonner of the London Metropolitan Police. What's the subject?
Traffic stop of a delivery van on the M6 near Preston, afternoon of 24th July 2002.
Recorded live from subject, 1st December 2016. Statement begins.
This was a long time ago. I'd been police for 2 years. Wasn't even with a Met back then. I was based up in Lancashire with a road policing unit. This is before the Highways Agency took most of the grunt work, so there was plenty to do. None of it much fun, but it needed doing. Booking drink drivers was my favourite. I always hoped they'd refuse the breathalyzer, maybe even took a swing at me. Nothing funnier than a drunk asshole trying to avoid being arrested. I usually rode with Isaac Masters. He'd been working with the RPU a lot longer than I had and was even harsher than me. I know why, though. You try to be a good police, give everyone a fair shot, but you see a lot of accidents. Not much worse in the world than a really bad car crash. It gets to you. You get hard with people who don't respect the road, and there are plenty of them out there. It was raining that night. That heavy, thumping rain that means you can't hear a damn thing. It crashes onto the roof like someone's jumping on it. Me and Zach were sitting in a lay-by watching traffic and trying to drink coffee. We'd picked it up from a service station a few miles back, but it was one of those open-topped styrofoam cups. By the time we'd got back to the car, the rain had got in and left us with 2 cups of cold sludge. So we were both in a pretty bad mood. There was maybe 1 in the afternoon, but you wouldn't have known it. The clouds weren't letting any sun through and everything looked grey, wet and lifeless. We couldn't even talk over the sound of rain on the roof, so we just sat there in silence drinking lukewarm sludge. The motorway was quieter than normal. A Wednesday afternoon doesn't see a lot of traffic, but the rain usually brings out more cars. That day it was pretty empty. Everyone seemed to be driving careful on account of the rain, which was also not normal, and I was torn. Part of me wanted to spot some idiot who I could take my bad mood out on, when the other part of me didn't want to get any wetter than I already was. It looked like I wasn't going to get a choice anyway. At least, not until I saw the van. It was a beaten-up old Citroen C15. There was some writing on the side, but I couldn't see it clearly through the rain. It was either very dirty or painted a nasty shade of off-white. Most importantly, it was driving about 25 miles an hour. The limit is 70. There's technically no minimum speed on a motorway, but the van didn't show any signs of speeding up, and it was kind of strange. We had enough cause to stop it if we wanted. I wasn't sure whether to let it go or not, but Zach had clearly made his decision already. He was in the driving seat and fired up the lights as we drove up behind it. The van glided to a stop on the hard shoulder at the side of the road and sat there. The headlights, which had been turned on for the rain, died. Then it just waited. Zach was out first. The rain was so thick that he had to take his torch to see properly. The light passed over the van and I could see rust creeping around the edges of the panelling. We walked up to the driver's side. I could see dark shapes from inside, but they weren't moving. Up close I could read the name on the side. Brecon and Hope Deliveries. It was covered in a thick layer of dirt that the rain couldn't quite wash off. Zach knocked on the door and it opened. The man who got out looked normal, so normal that these days I can't really picture his face. Said his name was Tom. I wasn't the one looking over his driving licence, so I don't know about second names. From the other side, 2 men climbed out. They were huge. Hard faces like a pair of old stone statues, dressed in overalls and flat caps. They asked what was going on, speaking back and forth in Cockney accents, so broad and fake-sounding that I thought they were putting them on for a laugh. I was about to lay into them for it when a sound cut me short. Zack had been talking to Tom, who was making some bland explanation for his slow driving, caution, heavy rain, empty road, all that crap. But they heard it too, and he stopped mid-sentence to look at me. From the back of the van there was the sound of moaning. It sounded kind of like a moan of pain, but long and drawn out. It went on for almost a full minute and was almost, I don't know, kind of musical. I looked at Tom and the fake Cockney passengers, but their faces were unreadable. Zack gripped Tom firmly by the arm and led him to the rear doors of the van, demanding that he open it. He didn't resist, just nodded and got out a set of keys. He put one of them in the door, turned it, and the van opened. I saw that the 2 big guys had walked up next to us, so I was getting ready for trouble, but there's no way I would have guessed what was in there. It was a coffin. An old wooden coffin. Rough, unvarnished. I could see splinters where the nails had been hammered in badly. Wrapped all around it was a thick metal chain ending in a heavy padlock. That weird moaning was coming from inside it. It was the only sound that cut through pounding rain. I tensed up, reaching for my baton. If these people were kidnappers or worse, we would be in big trouble. I was ready for a fight, but they just stood there, not moving, staring at us. Everything about the situation felt wrong. I looked over at Zack, and he seemed to be thinking the same thing. He looked over at the 2 men in overalls and told them to take it out, then looked over to Tom, asking if he had a key to the padlock. Reaching into his jacket, the man who called himself Tom pulled out a large iron key and handed it to my partner. Didn't look like the other keys. I wanted to head back to the car and call in some backup, but Zack was a senior officer, and if he thought we should open it first, I was going to back his play. Zack took the key and walked towards the coffin, which now lay on the wet tarmac, lit only by the headlights of our car. The moaning was louder now, almost drowning out the sound of the hammering rain. Water had begun to flow off the wood, but everything else about it was still. As he got closer, I could see the words, "Do not open," scratched into the surface of the wood. It didn't look like my partner was paying them any attention, though. He gently placed the key into the lock, wincing slightly as he touched the metal, and turned it. The chains snapped off like they were spring-loaded. They whipped around violently, and Zack jumped back, slipping and falling on his back. I brought my baton up just in case the strangers made a move, but they were motionless. The moaning had stopped. The only sound was the creaking of hinges as the lid of the coffin began to move. It was slow, the gap appearing first as just a crack, before finally opening completely. It was too dark to see what was inside at first, but when I shone my torch inside, I heard Zack gasp. I think I did as well. Inside of that wooden coffin, there was a staircase. It went down, apparently into the ground below, and seemed to go on as deep as I could see. They were steep, carved out of what looked like solid stone, and the rock that made up the walls didn't match the wet tarmac around us or the earth that would have been underneath it. It was completely impossible. I tried to ask Tom or his companions about it. I yelled at them to explain what the hell was going on, but they just stood there, staring at it. So I hit one of them with my baton. It was one of the larger men in overalls. I'm not sure which one. It was like hitting solid wood, and the blow jarred my arm badly, making me drop the only weapon I had. Even then, he just stood there, staring at the casket. There was a sound of movement from behind me. I turned to see Zack walking into the coffin, his torch shining into the hollow below. He'd already disappeared up to his waist, and there was this look on his face that I had never seen before. Relaxed, like he was asleep. I shouted for him, started to run, but I felt a huge hand grip my shoulder. I grabbed it with my good arm, tried to escape it, but the grip was too strong. The texture of the flesh was like hard rubber. All I could do was watch as my partner kept walking into the earth on stairs that couldn't be there. After a few seconds, he was completely out of sight. I expected to hear something. Shouting, a scream, something. But it was still just the rain. The lid closed very slowly, and then he was gone. Just a coffin sitting on the hard shoulder of the M6. The hand released my shoulder as the two men in overalls began to walk over and calmly wrap the chains back around it. I felt a sudden burst of anger and picked up my baton. I lunged at them, but the one closest to me moved quicker than I would have thought possible. His fist slammed into my chest like a cannonball, and I felt a couple of ribs break. I collapsed to the floor, just lay there, as Tom and the two men locked the coffin back up, loaded it into the van, and drove off. I never saw Isaac Masters again. When I called it in, I was expecting a manhunt, an investigation, some kind of justice. It wasn't like we didn't have plenty of leads. Instead, I was handed a form I didn't recognise, told to sign it, and then reassigned to the Met. Since then, it's been one spook story after another.
Right. Thank you. Are you quite all right?
No. I never told that story to anyone except my old sergeant.
I'm not sure
I should go.
Yes, of course, I'll see you out. There is one other thing. I've been meaning to ask Basira, but you might know better.
I'm done.
Oh, yes. Do you know anything about vampires?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just that...
A while back, there were some problems. Arrest irregularities around a few missing person cases. Suspects being released without proper interrogation. Recordings of the interviews showed the subject wouldn't say a word, but the officers doing the interview would let them go anyway. I don't know the details of the investigation, but there's a new operating procedure now.
Which would be...
Cases matching certain parameters have to be monitored by another officer outside the room via video. In the very specific circumstance where the suspect says nothing but the interrogating officer acts as though they have, they're immediately removed from the room. Then they call me.
Just you?
There are a few others around who do it, but I take care of a dozen or so precincts. I cuff the suspect's hands and legs, drive them out into the middle of Epping Forest, and burn them to ashes. There's never enough left to be a problem. I don't know if they're vampires exactly, but that's what we call them.
Good Lord. How many have you taken care of?
5 in the last 9 years.
I see.
Don't tell Basira. She doesn't know about that procedure. I'm not sure how much she'd understand. She's not cut out for that kind of work.
Of course, I won't.
Don't tell her any of this, okay? I was never here. If she wants to get you more tapes, that's her business, but you keep this visit to yourself. Got that?
Of course.
Good.
Even if I wasn't genuinely somewhat afraid of Detective Tonner.
Huh.
Something wrong, Detective?
How many tape recorders you got?
Can't say I'm entirely sure. We have all sorts of old equipment in storage, I think. You wish to use it for the interviews?
Probably not.
And you're sure you want to do it in here? We haven't had a chance to properly clean it.
Won't take long.
If you say so. I warn you, some of my people have a tendency to ramble.
I just need to know where he is.
As you wish. Who do you want first?
Don't care.
Right you are. You'll be all right on your own for a minute?
That a joke?
Some people find this place unsettling.
Mr. Bouchard, I'm not the one who needs to be scared.
Whatever you say, Detective.
Anyone there?
God damn it. Fine.
Sorry, I feel more comfortable with it on.
I said it was fine.
Yeah. Right, so, a statement of Martin Blackwood, interviewed by Detective Tonner, February 18th, 2000
What
and...
are you doing?
I'm making a statement. Isn't that what you want? My statement?
No. I just need you to answer the question.
Oh, okay. I mean, you wanted a statement last time about... it was when I found Gertrude. Or at least your partner did.
Didn't know who the killer was last time. This time is simpler, and Basir's not a police officer anymore.
Oh. Look, you're sure it was him? I mean, I know, but I can't... He wouldn't. I don't think it was him.
You think we should be looking for other suspects?
No, I mean, not... Look, that tape that we gave you...
Has a lot of distortion, some screaming, and a recording of you seeing the body you claim for the first time. Always suspicious when two suspects are each other's only alibi.
I told you that there was someone else there.
Which one should be asking, by the way? The man with knife hands, or the woman trapped in your magic corridors?
It happened.
Well, if your witnesses appear back in this universe, maybe the situation will change. Otherwise, it's an easy choice. Answer my question, or I pin it on you.
You can't. That's not how this works. Is it?
Let me tell you how this works, Mr. Blackwood. I've got a hell of a workload, no partner, and full operational discretion to make this whole situation go away. That means you help me or I make things very unpleasant for you.
But you're the police.
So help me stop a killer. Where is Jonathan Sims?
I don't know.
Don't lie to me.
I don't.
Everyone I've talked to says you and him were close.
What? Did they? I mean, who said that? I guess, more than the rest. Yeah,
Did he
okay,
have
but...
any other friends? Anyone outside the Institute he might have talked to?
No, I don't really think so. I don't think he had much of a life outside of this place.
There's nowhere? No one he might turn to?
He never talked about his friends. Worked all hours. No. I'm sorry.
Right, get lost. Send Stoker in.
That's it?
Unless you know something else.
What about Sasha?
No sign of her body here or in the tunnels. No evidence she was a victim of violence. Maybe she saw the murder, or caught Sims smashing up the storage room and took off. Maybe she's with him. Or he killed her too. Either way, quicker I find him, the better for her. So if there's anything you're not telling me...
No, bring her back safe, okay? I'll send Tim in.
Tim Stoker. That your name?
Yeah.
You want me to leave this running?
No, you can turn it off. Seems about right. Look, just leave it on, or do you want to do this somewhere else?
It's fine.
Suppose you want my statement?
I just need anything you know on the possible whereabouts of Jonathan Sims. Anywhere he feels safe. Any friends or associates he might turn to.
No.
You sure? Nothing that might help me find him? If you're hiding something out of some sort of loyalty...
Look, if I knew, I'd tell you. We haven't talked too much lately.
And you haven't seen Sasha James either?
No. You think she's dead?
Can't say yet. But looking at it, yeah. I think Sims killed her too.
Sounds right. More bodies for the archive?
You've got quite a turnover. Anything you want to tell me about it?
Yeah. Don't take a job here.
You're done, Mr. Stoker. Send a Bouchard. Elias Bouchard?
Correct.
Sit.
So, what can I do to help? You want my account? My sworn testimony? My statement?
What is... No, just a couple of questions.
Of course.
I don't suppose you know how to turn this off.
Oh, leave it running. I'm sure John will want to review the tapes when he gets back.
So you don't think he did it?
Killed a man in cold blood? Certainly not. He doesn't have the stomach for it.
People can surprise you.
In John's case, I rather hope so.
You want him to be a murderer?
Have you had any luck identifying the body yet? Well?
I'm the one asking the questions.
Very well. Then I suppose this interview is over. Unless you care to arrest me?
The victim isn't someone we have on file. Doesn't match any missing person, still a John Doe. I say something funny?
Nothing. Just remembering an old joke.
Right. So, do you know anything about the current whereabouts of Jonathan Sims? Anywhere he might be staying? Any friends he might have contacted?
I do.
Well?
I was wondering, is it worth it? Operating the way that you do?
Just answer the question.
Does the lack of oversight make up for the lack of support?
What do you know about the current whereabouts of Jonathan Sims?
Everything. I know exactly where he is, and who is with him. But I don't think I'm going to tell you.
I can drag this down to the station if you want, you weird little freak. Maybe Sims didn't do this on his own.
Please, Detective Tonner, you don't want this to happen in the police station any more than I do. Your superiors, exactly how aware are they of what you're doing right now?
They know enough. They got a call and sent me down here. That's how it works.
And then they don't ask any questions, as long as you keep it far away from official police channels. Except your partner leaving has made you sloppy. No notes, no proper interrogations, no backup of any sort. You've barely collected a scrap of evidence from the scene and made no official record of the dozens of interviews you've done with the Institute staff. You haven't even followed up on any of the other potential suspects or leads, and shown no interest at all in the fate of Sasha James. All you care about is where John is, because you've decided on a course of action, and you're going to follow it through.
If you're right, what's to stop me kicking your teeth in? No cameras down here, remember? I can always just turn off that little recorder of yours, smash it up.
Very true. However, you aren't going to do that, Detective. Because of Calvin Benchley.
What?
Calvin Benchley? You recognise the name, don't you, Alice? You see, I know what you did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No? The scar may have faded, but you haven't forgotten. Did it itch? Just a little? When you were burying him?
You shut the hell up, or I swear I'll kill you.
A genuine threat, I'm sure. But right now, what you're really trying to figure out is if I have any evidence that could make it back to your people. I mean, it seems impossible, of course. How could I? But you just don't know. So many impossible things happen in here, in this strange, musty place.
Shut up!
Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to make a statement, your statement, to prove to you what I know, and because I want John to hear it someday. And when it's over, you are going to leave. Because if you don't, I'll make sure your superiors know all about every nasty little thing you've done in the name of peace and order, and I'll make sure they are subject to the scrutiny they so desperately want to avoid. More importantly, I'll make sure they know it has all been exposed because of you. Is that clear? I will take that as a yes. If you're smart, you'll go back to the police station and put forward some half-baked cover-up for what happened to your mystery corpse and leave it at that. But I don't think you are smart, so in many ways I'm excited to find out what you do next. Statement of Alice Tonner regarding the crimes and death of Calvin Benchley. Statement never given.
Don't.
Everyone calls me Daisy. I like that, because it sounds so gentle, and I'm the only one left who knows about the scar on my back. It doesn't really look like a daisy, more like a starburst, but it's what the doctor said when I got it, so that's how I've always seen it. It makes me feel strong, to know that the soft nickname everyone calls me comes from a bloody wound. And I like to feel strong, to be in control.
I'm gonna kill you someday.
When I was 11, I had a best friend, and his name was Calvin Benchley. We didn't hang out at school much because his friends said I couldn't play with them because I was a girl. But every day after getting home, we'd go to the nearby park and play. It was small, just a scrap of grass and dirt, but if you hopped the fence to the south, you could get into the cemetery. And if you went the other way, you got into an old building site. The fence on that side was broken and jagged, but it collapsed enough that it was easy to climb over into the half-built structure. Our parents had forbidden us from playing there. It was collapsing, as well as being a known hangout for tramps and druggies. We would take turns daring each other to go in there. That day, I dared him. That's why it was my fault.
Shut up. It wasn't my fault.
We had been in the park when there had been shouting from the building site, crashes, violence, then a long silence. I dared him to take a look, and when he didn't want to, I started making fun of him. So in he went. When he didn't come back, I decided he was just trying to spook me, but after 15 minutes, I decided he wasn't. I wanted to run away and get my mum, but I was frightened of getting in trouble, so instead I followed Calvin over the fence. Inside were the first 2 dead bodies I had ever seen. They looked like they had attacked each other with broken glass. One lay impaled on a broken bottle, still holding the long shard of glass that jutted out of the other's throat. There was blood everywhere. I felt a rush of fear and a strange sort of excitement.
You can't know that.
On a broken staircase above them stood Calvin, staring at me with vacant eyes. Standing behind him, I saw something. A hunched figure. I think it was naked. I couldn't see anything except pale flesh and the vivid red of cuts and injuries. Every inch of its body appeared to be covered in open wounds, but no blood seemed to flow from them. The thing was utterly still, save for a lipless, scabby mouth which moved so fast it was almost a blur, sullenly mouthing words that only Calvin could hear. I know they were for him, because with each movement of its jaw, the thing's long, pointed, black tongue would shoot out and flick itself into his ear. He was completely expressionless as that crooked, cut-up figure whispered to him and flicked at his ear with a barbed tongue.
No.
Then Calvin's eyes turned to me. Without hesitation or expression, he began running, sprinting right at me. I tried to get away, but he was faster and slammed into me, pushing me off my feet and into the rusted fence behind me. There was an explosion of pain in my back as jagged metal embedded itself in my shoulder, and then it went dark. The last thing I remembered before the hospital was the fierce pride on Calvin's face as he stood there. No one believed me about what happened. Calvin said that I had tripped and fallen, and that was a story everyone accepted. But after that he was different. Moody. He started getting into fights, and everyone just assumed he was turning into a teenager. But 6 children at my school were seriously injured or killed by the time he left for university. All accidents, of course. Nothing that would have pointed to him. But I was always careful around him. The daisy scar on my back, a constant reminder that we were not friends, that he was no longer to be trusted. I told people, but he seemed to feed on the uneasy glances of his classmates and took great pleasure in scaring them further. Even after school, I kept an eye on him, but I couldn't believe he had never been arrested. I later got a look at his file and found out that he had been, but they'd never been able to make anything stick. He was smart and careful. We once almost nailed him for aggravated assault, but the victims changed their story and said they were the ones who attacked him.
You've made your point.
6 years ago, Calvin Benchley became the first human being I murdered. I beat him round the head as he was coming out of a bar, drove him to my usual spot and shot him 5 times in the chest with a handgun taken from the evidence lockup. He didn't beg for his life. He didn't say a word. I don't think he even recognised me. He was harder to get rid of than the vampires, but I managed it. And nobody asked any questions at all. He was a scumbag, and nobody wants to risk getting a Section 31. He was the first human I dealt with like that, but he certainly wasn't the last. Do I need to go on, Detective Tonner? Good. Feel free to see yourself out. If you take any action against myself or this institute, I will ensure the police become aware of your crimes in a way that cannot be ignored or covered up. I leave the matter of Jonathan Sims up to you, though I will not tell you where he is. I suggest you close the case and move on, but if you find yourself unable to do so, my advice is to kill him quickly. There's no telling what he might be capable of.
One day, someone is going to kill you. I really hope it's me.
Good day, Detective.
But she looked like she'd seen a... well, you know.
So?
So I'm just saying that she spends all that time in there with Elias and then leaves like that? Maybe he told her something.
Or maybe she just hates it here, like a normal person.
Maybe they said something about Sasha, you know?
She's dead, Martin. Come on. Even you're not that blind. He got her too.
Don't you say that. Don't you dare say that.
I didn't. It was that detective. You tried talking to her about it?
She didn't care. Just wanted to know where he was.
I'm looking for Daisy.
Okay, I don't know where she is. I don't know where anybody is. Why does everyone think that I always know where everyone is all the time?
All right, sorry. They said at the station that this was the last place she checked in.
When she was interviewing us, that was like a month ago.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything, so I went to check in with her at the station, and they said she hadn't been in since February.
And no one's looked into that?
I mean, they don't keep a close eye on. Well, she goes off the grid sometimes when working a case. Never this long, though. I thought it might have something to do with, you know. So, you have no idea where Daisy is?
I'm sure she's fine. She's probably just using her operation discretion to bully someone else.
What did you say?
Well, she was really rude, actually. She threatened to
No.
say that I...
Did she use the phrase operational discretion?
Yeah, she said she had full operational discretion. Is everything alright?
I need to find him.
Well, I'm sure your partner will find him. I just hope she's not as...
No, I need to
nasty.
find him now. You're sure you don't know where she is?
No, I don't know anything.
Can I help you?
Detective?
Shut up. You human?
What?
Is this man human?
No. I don't think so, not anymore.
Right. What does it do?
It feels like he makes you vertigo, like you're falling.
Has he killed people?
Yes, a few, I think.
Does he need to see you to do it? Does he need to speak?
I don't know.
Okay. Doubt he can do it in a coma. Now turn that off and help me get him in the car. Don't try to run.
What do you...
What did I say about questions? I said turn that off. This is it.
So what now? You kill us?
You think he's going to save you?
What? No.
Now, let's see the bag. One wallet, brown leather, no cash. One packet cigarettes, soap cut. One lighter, gold, spiderweb design. One pocket knife, blunt. One set of keys to the Magnus Institute. And one tape. You sneaky little freak!
What?
You want to record this? All right, I'd have to destroy it anyway.
What? I didn't... Please don't shoot me. Why are you doing this? Tell me!
Stop asking questions. That's how you want it? Fine. You brought a knife, so we go through the voice box.
Daisy! Daisy, put him down.
You been following me, Basira?
Didn't need to. I know what you do here.
He tell you?
He didn't need to. You're not that subtle. But I always thought you just killed monsters.
I do.
Just let him go.
You don't know what he is. You don't know what it's like to have your secrets pulled out like teeth just because he asked.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't...
Shut up! Daisy!
Don't you dare look at me like I'm crazy. It got you too. Or do you think we gave him those tapes because we like handing out evidence?
What? That's not how it happens.
No, you asked me to take a tape over to this murdering freak, and I'm all set to tear you a new one for it. But then I get the cassette in my hand, and suddenly all I want to do is deliver his tapes and spill my guts.
So now you kill him?
First him, then his creepy boss.
This is too far, Daisy. You know it is.
He murdered 2 people, Basira, maybe more. I've done one monster today, no reason not to do another.
I didn't kill anyone.
For God's sake, look at him.
Then who?
I think it was Elias.
Yeah, well, he's on my list too.
What if he asks?
What?
You reckon he can mind control people? Make them tell the truth? Why not try it on Elias?
He's got his own... He knows things. Would that work?
I don't know. I could try.
Daisy, this might be our only chance to find out what's going on.
All right. But if this doesn't work, you're still dead.
Yeah. What about Mike?
Who? Oh. Grab a spade.
I think he's brought a
Bouchard.
Easy.
Hello, Elias.
Goodness, John. Whatever happened to your hand? And your neck?
That one was me.
You look a mess.
I've had a hell of a week.
Martin, would you be so good as to fetch Melanie and Tim? I think it would be worth their time to be here.
Right. Okay, I'll just... go then?
Okay, let's do this.
John, do you want to get this on tape?
No need, Basira. I've already got one running. Now, you have something to ask me?
Go for it.
Before I strangle the grinning bastard.
Elias, did you kill Gertrude Robinson and Leitner?
That's quite nice, actually. Tingly, but sort of freeing. You know, even Gertrude never properly tried to compel me. I always wondered.
Just answer the question.
Or don't. Get to the point.
Of course. Detective.
Daisy, where do I know that name from?
Oh, the Yusuf case, An Introduction to Higher Anatomy.
Oh.
Interfering because he's bored and he resents us. He has no
Right,
purpose.
that's enough for me. Even got it on tape. Everyone get back.
What?
Daisy, wait.
Out the way.
Now, hang on. I thought you were about
Get
to arrest
out the way.
John, do something!
Don't.
Excuse me. Yes?
Elias, there's some police officers here to see you.
Yes. Thank you, Rosie. Could you ask them to wait a minute or two?
Yep, will do.
There. That should make it even easier for you, right, Detective? I know you were planning to kill me, but surely an arrest is a consolation prize.
Daisy?
Oh, didn't she tell you why she hadn't gone back to the station? Allow me. She rightly suspected that I held evidence of various murders she had committed, and that I sent this to her superiors. She's quite the killer, your partner. All in the public good, of course. And she was correct. I spent some time acquiring that evidence, or creating it. And while your superiors don't much care about the killings, the fact there is proof, they're not happy. And they want you brought in.
So, I kill you and go to jail. I'll take that deal.
For someone who used to be a detective, you're remarkably reluctant to think things through. You think you're the only police officer eager to do violence and call it justice? No. There are plenty of other rabid dogs out there, mad with the hunt, and some of them have signed a Section 31. There are plenty of others your superiors can call on to clean up this mess.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, they would.
And anyone close enough to be implicated, they will kill Basira.
Okay, wait. That's the police that you're talking about, okay? They wouldn't. Would they?
I'm sorry, Basira.
Yeah.
If the officers down there take you away... But perhaps I was wrong when I called them. Maybe it was a false alarm.
What do you want?
Collateral.
That... what?
A contract of employment for Basira.
What?
Sign it, and I'll send your ex-colleagues on their way.
Basira,
Don't do it.
There.
Damn it.
False alarm, Rosie. Could you apologise to the officers for me and thank them for their time?
Oh, all right.
So... what? You're her boss now? Is that supposed to stop me?
Yes.
I mean, she's still got a gun.
Of course. Sometimes I forget how new you all are to this. Basira is now tied to the Institute. All of you are. Like fingers on a hand, and I am the beating heart of it. Should I, or the Institute be destroyed, you will all, unfortunately, follow suit.
Wait, what?
Yep, that sounds about right.
And it would not be a pleasant death.
Bullshit!
Then shoot me. Just squeeze the trigger and watch the only person you care about die screaming. Your last connection to humanity. Do it.
Daisy.
What do you want?
The police are not the only ones who can find a use for your violence. I'm sure there'll be plenty here for you to do. Feel free to go where you like in the meantime. I'll be in touch.
You piece of...
Daisy, it's okay. We'll figure something out.
This is insane.
You get used to it.
Now that's taken care of, if you'll all give me and John a moment alone, I'm sure we have some things to discuss.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you people? Let me go!
Like I said, you're under arrest.
What for?
Shut up. You recording again?
What? It's hardly your first crime on tape. And if we're going to question her...
Is that what we're doing?
You're making a mistake, is what you're doing.
You thought we were going to, kill her.
Elias didn't say.
No, he doesn't, he's not big on micromanagement.
It's Elias now, then.
What?
Get on with it.
I'm not a fan of taxidermy.
Don't like wasting time.
Last chance.
I really don't want to be interrogating her where those animals can see us.
They're dead. They can't see us.
It would just be a bad idea. What's your name?
Sarah Baldwin.
Are you the same Sarah Baldwin that disappeared in Edinburgh in August 2006?
Some of her. Skin, a few memories. Not on the inside.
Hand us that knife and I can check. It smells rank enough already.
No, not yet. Did you go as part of a filming expedition to the Cambridge Military Hospital?
A mistake. Thought I'd have fun with some over-curious idiots, but it turned out I had trespassed. I paid for it.
So, what? Now you sell dead animals. What is this place?
The trophy room. A taxidermist shop in Barnet. It says above the door. Surprised to meet an archivist who can't read.
No,
Nice.
Why are you here? You and Daniel Rawlings, and I assume the others taken by that mimic thing, the anglerfish.
It's where we were told to be.
What is it? The thing that stole you?
It doesn't have a name.
What did it do to you?
Exactly what you think. They always suffer.
How do we kill it?
You don't.
Talk
Sims,
about-
Sims. Shut up and focus.
I see.
I hit her. I'm sure I hit her.
No, you did. Look. Sawdust and cloves. Damn.
Come on, before the Met get here.
Whatever you say.
And wipe that grin off your face.
Thank you for coming.
Sure. Why down here?
Elias, I think he has a hard time seeing things down here.
Oh, he's not watching?
Maybe. I'm pretty sure it takes him actual effort, so... And it's Wednesday afternoon when he does his scheduling, so I'm hoping he's distracted. He loves scheduling.
Right. So, if he's not paying attention and I kill you down here...
I wouldn't risk it. Look, I'm going away for a while. The things I'm looking for, they're not in England, not in the UK, I don't think. So I just wanted to ask, make sure you were going to look after the others.
That's my job. Now. Apparently.
I don't just mean Basira. Elias...
I'll keep an eye on them. That all?
No, I was thinking that this Section 31 unit that you're a part
Not a
of...
unit. Just paperwork.
Right, but what do they think about Elias?
Best avoided. Pretty harmless. Crimes involving the Institute get people sectioned, but he's not an active threat.
If we had evidence that he was an active threat, that he was killing people, he was the one threatening to make all of your stuff public, do you think they'd move against him?
Maybe.
I mean, he's got knowledge, but I don't know how much that would help him. What?
You sure you want to talk with that thing running?
Oh, I didn't realize I'd turned it on.
We don't know how he's watching. No evidence.
Right.
I mean, when Daisy didn't need the radio.
I literally cannot picture Daisy listening to the radio.
The Archers.
No.
Hand to God.
I actually do not believe you.
She never missed an episode. Oh. Oh, hey, Daisy.
Come on.
I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Well, finish up. Sims is back. Wants to talk to everyone.
What? Since when?
His flight got in a few hours ago.
And he called you?
No. Elias sent me to pick him up. Didn't want him grabbed again.
Again?
You coming?
Well, not yet. I've got to finish up here first. You go on ahead. Daisy?
Fine.
Checking any violent offenders that might have disappeared. Come in, Daisy.
You done?
Yeah, let's go.
No need. He's gone. Heading over to some storage unit. Says it's important.
Oh. So are we going to meet him there, or...?
He asked for someone to stay back. Distract Elias a bit. I said we'd do it.
Both of us?
Yeah. Couldn't find Tim, but he's gone with Martin and the other one.
Melanie?
Sure.
I mean, it might be dangerous.
They'll be fine.
Is there something wrong, Daisy?
No. So, how's your new job? Working a lot of overtime?
It's, alright, I guess. Once you get used to constantly feeling like you're being watched, it's just a bit of low-level dread. Kind of peaceful. Been reading a lot. How about you?
Elias is keeping me busy. Hunting. Takes a while. I'm used to working with a partner. It's fine.
Daisy.
It's fine.
Right. But it's not, though, is it?
You're getting comfortable with all those books. Don't forget why you're here.
I know where I am, Daisy. And I know that I'm a prisoner.
And you want to escape.
Yeah, but not on my own. We're working on something. I'll ask Melanie to fill you in.
Fine. Maybe you could ask Elias if you can join me on a case.
How does it feel?
What?
How does it feel when you make a kill?
I dunno. Good. Why?
I don't know. It doesn't feel like the warm glow of an approving parent tinged with a bloody sweetness.
Don't.
What?
I'm not one of your bloody puzzles.
I'm sorry, I worry.
Worry about yourself. I'm fine.
Are you sure? 'Cause you look... Are you sleeping?
Yeah? Do you still have the dreams?
No, not really. Not since we joined up here, I don't think. You?
Yeah.
They're getting worse?
No, not. It's just... Doesn't matter. We need to decide what to do with Elias before the others get to Hainault.
Daisy?
I'm thinking a fire.
Maybe something a bit subtler. A problem in the break room.
I could beat someone up.
Maybe. Anyway, do you want to, I could do with some air.
You alright, Daisy?
Don't think either of us like it down here.
No, well, no, me neither. It feels...
Empty.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yes.
How long have you had that shirt?
What?
That shirt. You get it in China?
America, I had to borrow it. There was blood.
Sure.
Why? Shall I... I'll leave you two alone. I need to have that chat with Elias.
Right. Yes. So, how have you been?
Fine. Killing mannequins for Elias. And a clown. That's been alright.
Has he said anything about the plan?
No. Is there one?
Sort of.
Oh. That
that real?
You tell me.
Where'd you get this?
Gertrude left it, apparently for this exact situation.
Where did she get it?
I find myself asking that question a lot.
So, this ritual, you're just gonna blow it up?
I mean, as long as you know how to... I mean, you can use this stuff?
Yeah, reckon I can.
Good.
So, do you have a plan?
We're working on it. You think she's found him by now?
Maybe. Maybe he's not watching anyway.
I feel safer if I think he's distracted. Is the rest of it?
Yeah.
And Martin, he's okay with it?
It was his idea.
Yeah. You think it'll work?
No idea. If you can get me or Basira
What?
tape.
Oh, yeah.
Should work. Doesn't need to be fancy. That's it then? You don't say. Come on.
I think Basira is the same. She's coming along to back up Daisy, or so she says. I don't quite get those two. I suppose what they've done, seeing what they've seen, it's a hell of a bond.
But at least Daisy's coming along. I mean, I know she's difficult. Everything they say about her, it's true, it's fair. But she's solid. She's a fixed point. And if she's there, I know exactly where I stand, exactly what I'm doing relative to her. She has no doubts. We go in, we plant bombs, we leave, we blow it all to hell. Or we die. I don't think I'll ever have clarity like that. Despite everything she's done, she's still the best partner I ever had.
Okay. Come on.
Right.
Shut up.
It's just cobwebs.
There's no such thing as just cobwebs. I don't like it.
Tough. Is this it?
Yeah. We plant the last of it here. And this place will go up nice.
What's the range on the detonator?
Same as the last time you asked.
Where is everybody?
Preparing, I guess. Haven't seen any of them since the last of, or whatever the hell that was, went inside.
It's too quiet.
Could be a trap.
And if it is, I give this a squeeze. No more trap.
And no more us.
I mean, Daisy's a rabid dog and...
How much longer?
I don't know.
The others didn't take this long.
The others had clear structural weaknesses. This room doesn't.
How hard can it be to blow up one building with all this stuff?
It depends. Lots of other buildings close around it. I was told to be careful.
Right.
Done.
I think we might need all of it, Daisy. This place is, it's bigger than we thought.
Roger that. Give me a couple of minutes.
No, I'm not.
Done.
What?
It's all ready. Here.
Oh, I thought you would want to, do the honors.
Safer with you. You know when it needs to happen.
Right, okay, come on, let's go. Tim, come on.
This isn't right.
At least it'll be quick.
Tim, please. We have to get back.
Behind me.
Will the audience please take their
Jesus.
Get the hell away from me!
Where's... No.
Don't.
Daisy! Daisy, it's me! No!
I said, don't move.
Daisy!
Hello, Daisy. You alright? Daisy!
No.
I'm sorry, don't follow you.
Leave. No.
Oh, come on, Daisy. Don't be like that. It's me, Basira.
No, you're not. Because nothing is anything. Leave.
And if I don't, what will you do?
I'll kill you.
Will you now? Ooh, Pretty scary, if you can, that is. You don't even know what a gun is.
I don't care.
You killed him. Do you even know what you've done? You stupid animal. Can you? No. Almost a shame you don't know your own coffin. But you will. You will.
The rain is still there, though it is empty. The long and desolate road, slick with the downpour, a police car's lights flashing over the unmoving van. The doors are open and the two familiar statues stand either side of the well-worn wooden box. He looks around, his eyes scanning this forever road and the clouds of iron grey, looking for her, but she is not there. The archivist expects, he hopes, to find the violence in her looking back at him, hungry for pursuit and murder. But the emptiness of the place is complete. The only sounds the gentle singing of the box and the pounding, bitter rain.
And Daisy?
They still haven't found her body. Probably never will. I thought for a while she might, But it's been months. She's gone.
Are you here for revenge?
Yeah, just like when I fed the copper to the pit.
Easy, Becerra. What pit?
In here. Realise that I'm not tied to it anymore. Not on my own. Thought you could have it. Pay your respects, like.
Daisy's in there.
That's his name. Then sure, it's in there. Whatever's left. Find out if you like. So here's a coffin. In case you want to join your friend.
But I suppose it was worth it in the end. When that hunter killed him. When she took her violence of mindless instinct and unleashed it on us. It was there. It was waiting. I fed her to it. She took him from me. Made us a me. And she doesn't get to die for that. She gets to live, trapped and helpless and entombed forever. No prey, no hunt, no movement. Daisy's alive, in there.
Then everything ended and Daisy was gone.
It was a coffin. An old wooden coffin. Rough, unvarnished. I could see splinters where the nails had been hammered in badly. Wrapped all around it was a thick metal chain ending in a heavy padlock. That weird moaning was coming from inside it. It was the only sound that cut through pounding rain.
Daisy! Daisy!
John!
Daisy! Daisy, can you reach me?
I can't see you.
Follow my voice.
Is that... I can't... You're real. You're real.
Yes. I'm here, Daisy.
Daisy. Yeah. Daisy. That's me.
You all right?
I can't move. I can't... And I can't breathe. And...
Oh, God.
Just alone. I think I hear others sometimes singing when it's wet or scratching, trying to get out. But I don't think there's anyone there. It's just me. Till now.
Are you okay?
No.
Sorry. Obviously. No, I just meant... You sound okay.
Do I?
I thought you might have been taken over. By the hunt.
What?
The hunt. You're a hunter.
Yeah. I guess I was, but... not here.
No.
No. I can't feel my blood. I could always feel it. It can't reach me here. Where are we?
The coffin. We're in the coffin. It leads to... well, it's got a lot of names. Choke. The buried. Too close, I cannot breathe.
Yeah. Sounds right.
Come on. Let's get you out of here.
Can't move. Even if I could, there's no way out.
It's okay. I've got a plan.
Just like all your other plans.
It's fine. I just need to find it.
What?
Come on. Where are you?
John?
Come on.
John?
I know.
The way out?
No. I know where we are. There isn't no out, not here. This is forever deep below creation, where the weight of existence bears down. This is the buried, and we are alive. There isn't even an up. Oh God. What have I done? What have I done?
Not alone, though.
No. No, not alone.
John?
Still here.
Good, Good. I want to talk.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
I don't care. I just want someone to hear me.
I'm not going anywhere. Daisy?
I want to, but it's difficult.
Would it help if I ask?
Yes. All right. Do your thing.
Right. How are you feeling?
Scared. I'm scared. I've been scared the whole time here. Not just when it's crushing, when it fills your mouth with dirt. It knows when to stop. When to ease back so you don't lose it or grow numb. Leaves you terrified for when it starts again, and when it does, you're scared it'll never stop. I thought I'd never see the sky again, never see Basira. But now you've got out of other stuff like this. Maybe you'll get out of this and take me with you. But I don't know what I'll be outside. The hunt, it can't reach me here. I'm scared, but I feel more me than I have for years. Maybe all my life. The hunt was me, but I don't think I liked it. I think it just made me need it. I hurt a lot of people, and some who I shouldn't have. Did you ever hear the story Elias told me about what I did, how I am? He didn't get a detail wrong. The hunt. Hunger was in me all my life, telling me who to chase and how to hurt them. I never needed to think who I was outside of that. But down here, where I can't hear the blood anymore, I don't know who I am without the chase. I just know that I don't like who I was back outside. I don't want to be her again. I want to be better. You know what I thought when I woke up here? I thought this was hell. I was dead and was in hell. And I knew I deserved it. I don't want to be a sadistic predator again. I don't want to hobble around like some pathetic, wounded prey either. I don't know which would be worse. I'm scared now that I won't ever get the choice.
One thing I've learned, Daisy, is that we all get a choice. Even if it doesn't feel like one.
I was going to kill you. You know that, right?
I definitely got that impression when you dragged me into the woods for an execution.
No. After the mission, I was planning to kill you.
I did not know that.
I realized you were in my dreams, reliving the coffin. You were there.
Yes.
Didn't think it was real. Not really. Just my mind putting you there because I hated you, but no. One night, you Should have been a new shirt. Didn't fit you. Not your style. I didn't think much of it, just a dream. And you come back from the States and guess what you're wearing?
Oh.
Realised what was happening then. Realised you weren't human. Needed to die as soon as it was safe. Never mind Elias and his insurance.
And now?
Don't know. I miss dreaming. You don't sleep down here.
Daisy, you should know if I wasn't human before, I'm even less now.
Yeah, well, at the moment, I don't care.
And if we get out?
But we can't get out.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry.
Daisy.
I'm here.
I can. It's closer.
What is?
My anchor. A rib. I can feel. I know the way. Yeah.
What? How?
I don't. It's like my link is it's stronger.
Slow down. I can't.
Don't let go. Come on. We're close. This way. Here, come on. Push.
I am. We're out. We're really out. I can't believe. What? What is it?
Tape recorders. Must be dozens of them.
John, you stupid idiot. What did you think?
Hi. Oh my god. You sure?
No, it's fine.
It's just... Basira's busy.
No, I understand. Honestly, I'd actually appreciate your insight for this one. Just, keep quiet during the statement and that.
Sure, I can do quiet.
Right. Do you want a chair?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get my legs right again.
Oh, of course.
Just ignore me. I'll stand in the corner.
Okay, then. Statement ends. What do you make of that, then?
Dunno. Why?
Oh, well, you're a hunter, right? Well, I just wondered. I've been looking for evidence of a hunt ritual to see if it was one of the ones Gertrude stopped. And this is the closest thing I've been able to find.
Could have been one, I think.
But it didn't work. I don't even know how it was meant to work.
No.
But why? There was no outside interference, no other powers. Even the indigenous tribes who could theoretically have derailed it seemed to stay away. So why didn't it work?
I don't think it was about that.
I'm not sure I understand.
Just a feeling. When I was... You know what my least favourite part of the case was?
Police brutality lawsuit?
Arresting them. I hated the handcuffs. The click. It meant the chase was done, the hunt was over. Satisfying on a good day, sure, but... Moorish. I never really wanted it to be over.
You don't think the hunt would let its ritual end? You don't think it would let them find the culmination?
Don't know. maybe. Sometimes I lost perps because I let myself get too into it. Gave them openings just because I wanted to keep chasing. Like with you. Sometimes it meant I lost them.
One of the bits I've managed to decode from Gertrude's notes, it references something she calls the ever chase. You think that might be it? The ritual that never ends because the hunt is all in the pursuit?
I don't know. You're the expert.
No, I like it. It's a good theory.
Basira said you could just know all this now anyway.
Yeah, I can't really control it. Oh.
Hey, there you are. You're meant to be doing your exercises.
You were out.
You could have done them alone.
Sure.
Everything all right?
Yeah. Daisy, could you give us a minute?
Oh. Should I?
Yeah, please.
Sure.
Are you...
John, is that her?
What?
You've had people switched before, right? Replaced.
I mean, sure, but...
How sure are you that's the real Daisy?
I'm sure. Basira, that's her.
But do you know?
Yes. Why? Talk to me, Basira. Is she wrong in some way?
No. No, she still sounds like her. Says things Daisy would say, laughs like her. She just seems... lost. I want it to be her.
Do you?
What's that supposed to mean?
She's trying to keep a clear head. Stay away from the hunt as much as possible. You valued her purpose, her resolve. The sort of things...
I get it. It's her.
We've all changed, Basira.
Yeah, I didn't realise she'd changed into someone who can't look after herself. Even without the muscle atrophy.
You were hoping for a defender.
I was hoping for someone I can trust to share the load. Because right now it's all on me.
It doesn't have to be. You're not happy she's back?
I didn't say that, John. I will never abandon Daisy, and having her back is... But right now she's dead weight, and I need to be able to travel light.
Not really. I was just going to record a statement. Why?
Well, Daisy's been, I've been keeping her company, while Basira's busy. She's...
Oh, no, I know.
Well, I've kind of got to... I've got somewhere to be. Do you mind if she hangs around with...
I suppose... Not at all. She's very welcome.
Great. Yeah, he's fine with it. So...
All right.
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I'm running late, so thank you.
Anytime. You all right?
Asked me that already.
Right. Sorry.
I didn't ask her to do that.
It's fine.
You're not babysitting me, all right? I know that's what the others think sometimes, but that's not it. I just don't like being on my own if I can help it. You know, flashbacks, panic attacks, the usual. Just trying to avoid it if I can.
I know, Daisy. I do. It's hard.
Yeah, well, don't let me get in your way.
Of course. Statement ends. Neil Ligorio. You ever see any of his work?
No, not really into films.
Well, they were... Well, let's just say it's not a complete shock. That was something unnatural to them. Didn't know we had copies in the Institute, though. Let alone original cuts. Records indicate they ended up in artifact storage.
Probably best they stay there.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Annabelle Kane, though. She worries me. I don't know. This is the second time she's turned up, peripheral to the Institute?
That you know of.
Meaning what?
She's web. Spiders sneaky like that. Like that lighter you're always using. Where'd you get that?
Good point. We should keep our eyes open. Anyway, how's Basira doing? I haven't seen her much since... Well, she seemed a bit tense the last few times we spoke. How are you guys doing?
No, Basira, she's been good. We're together, so it's good. She didn't keep treating me like a china doll. But it's all right.
It's understandable, I suppose.
Yeah, well, what do you think? You think I'm weak just because I'm not already chasing the next kill? You think I'm less me?
I don't feel like I'm exactly in the best place to judge the intersection between free will and humanity. Still trying to figure that out myself.
John, when you went in the coffin, was it you choosing to do that? Did you actually think you could save me, or was that something telling you to do it?
It was me. I was drawn to it, I'll admit, but it was my decision. It wasn't entirely about you, though.
What was it?
My memories of the coma are not clear. But I know I made a choice. I made a choice to become something else. Because I was afraid to die. But ever since then, I don't know if I made the right decision. I'm stronger now, tougher. I can... If I do die now, or get sealed away somewhere forever, I don't know if that's a bad thing. And I don't want to lose anyone else, so if I can maybe stop that happening, and the only danger is to me, I'll do it in a heartbeat. Worst case scenario, the universe loses another monster.
That's messed up.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
Did you know the coffin wouldn't kill you?
I guess I thought imprisonment wouldn't be as bad as it was. And it's a lot easier to make that choice than it is to actually endure the result. You might have noticed when I was in there with you, I had regrets.
Yeah, I remember.
Plus I thought... Well, I didn't know what being down there had done to you.
You thought I was going to kill you?
It was a possibility.
Guess so.
Daisy.
It's
a weird question, but I haven't seen you in my dreams the last couple of weeks.
No, I work here now. I figured it seemed to protect the others, so...
Oh, right, so... Wait, did you talk to Lucas, or...?
Broke into Elias's old office, found an employment contract, filled it in, and signed it.
And that worked?
Seems so.
And you're not worried about...
Basira's trapped here. So are you. Not like I'm going anywhere anyway.
I suppose not. So, no more dreams.
Not of you and your weird eyes. Just the coffin.
Is that better?
It's mine.
Right.
You need to stop moping.
I what?
You need to stop swanning around, being all sad.
I'm not swanning around.
Ooh, I'm so alone and a monster.
I am alone. Martin
Busy
is...
doing paperwork. Not like he's dead. Besides, he's not the only other person here, you know. There's me, Melanie, Basira.
Traumatized and paranoid because of me.
Get over yourself. You're always talking about choices. We all made ours. Now I'm making a choice to get some drinks in. Come in?
I don't. Yeah, okay.
Melanie's out, but I'll go get Basira.
Is she... Would she want to join us?
If she doesn't, I'll rip her throat out. It's a joke, John.
Oh. Yes. I'll get my coat. I actually like Daisy now, which is a really weird feeling. Is Daisy coming?
No.
Oh. I just thought...
We've talked about it. If the hunt takes her again, we don't know if she's coming back, and neither of us want that.
Come in.
Hey,
Hi?
you mind?
Can I help you?
I saw someone come out, so I thought that, you know...
Do you want something?
No, I'm just ignore me. Continue with whatever.
Are you alright?
Yeah, just a bit empty around here, you know?
Not really.
Melanie's out and John and Basir are still off. Bit worried. But they can take care of themselves, you know?
Again, not really. No one talks to me anymore.
'Cause they reckon you're working for the bad guy?
Pretty much. Don't you?
Oh, I mean, you're definitely working for something evil, but so are we.
Yeah. Seems there's plenty to go around these days. It doesn't bother you?
Didn't used to.
And now?
Bothers me less than trying to go alone. At least now it's on my terms, better than being blackmailed into it.
I mean, yeah, I guess. They told you about Elias, right?
Yeah. Basira said. Don't like him being alive. Try not to think about it too much. Don't want to get too angry. Start to hear the blood.
Sure.
Can't hear his lies from prison, though, so that's something.
I thought you believed him. You were doing all of his dirty work.
Wasn't willing to call his bluff. Not the same thing as believing. Just too big a risk.
Not for Melanie.
Or maybe she was the only one with any sense. Even if he was telling the truth, if we all died, there are worse things.
How was it?
Don't want to talk about it.
I listened to your old statement. Wasn't your partner down there?
Yeah. Didn't find him.
You don't want to go get him?
I'm not going back.
I thought you'd at least tried, or...
I said I don't want to talk about it.
I know. Not nice being interrogated, is it?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Martin.
It's alright. It wasn't you. Not really.
No, it was. I hate a lot of what I did back then. Doesn't mean I'm not responsible for it. Doesn't mean it wasn't me.
Anyway. So what's this field trip they're on?
They didn't tell you?
No, What? Daisy, where have they gone?
You know that town in Norway?
What? No, what? You don't mean Niala's son?
Yeah. They reckon there's a ritual they need to, you know.
Yeah, but Peter didn't even... I don't believe this.
Sorry. Shouldn't have said anything.
No, it's... Thank you, I just... For God's sake, can he not just stay safe for like 10 minutes?
Don't think that's an option for him anymore.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but he doesn't think. He always just immediately charges straight off into danger with whatever half-arsed plan occurs to him at the time. I don't get it.
What's to get?
What?
I mean, it's pretty standard stuff.
What?
Used to see it all the time back in the force, especially with this section. Not like there's normal trauma, you know? But it's pretty common. The most important thing becomes control, engaging on your own terms, even when it's stupid or dangerous. Anything to not feel helpless.
Oh, God.
And, of course, for John, there's survivor's guilt in there, too. He thinks he's not human. Makes him very self-destructive.
Yeah, well, we've all had trauma.
And everyone's changed.
Yeah. I suppose. You're pretty observant, you know.
Detective, remember?
Yeah, you did mention. Would have thought Basira would have had more sense, though.
When Basira and I were partners, I'd see this happen sometimes. She can read a situation like no one I know always seems to know the right move, but for all her research, she never wants to put a plan together. I think she just hates all the unknowns, the variables, contingencies. If she spots an advantage, she'll grab it and trust herself to figure out the details as she goes. It's worked so far.
I mean, I guess. Still sounds really dangerous.
Yeah. Wanted to go with them, protect them, but life's always more complicated than that, isn't it?
Not really.
You recording, or...
Oh, no, there was... Hang on. Come in.
Mind if I join you? They're back. I thought you might want to know. Seems like it went smooth. Too smooth for Basira, sounds like. Keeps looking at John like she can't believe he made it back. I mentioned our conversation to him. He asked me to check on...
Just leave.
Sorry?
Get out.
Oh. Right. Sorry, I didn't...
It's not difficult. Just get out.
Fine. Fine. Just thought...
No, you didn't. We're not friends, Daisy. None of us are. We're all just trapped together here and kidding ourselves that we don't hate it. Christ, there are more important things than feelings right now, right? So just leave me alone. For good.
Right. You got it.
Been a while since you've all come to see me together. I assume it's not good news.
No.
Including the one on the boat.
What one on the boat?
I was walking the streets. I thought I was trying to clear my head.
But you were hunting.
Apparently. I found a woman who, every year on her birthday, wakes up in a fresh grave. Just for her.
And the third was after the coffin.
A man rejected by all who knew him. Searching ever darker places for love. When he told me his story, he started weeping maggots.
Enough.
I hope so.
Why didn't you record them?
Why do you think? Because he was ashamed.
No, I don't... I don't record anything anymore, not really. I just sort of assume they'll turn on if it's important.
Well, they didn't.
No, I suppose not.
So, what do we do now?
I don't know.
You're a danger, John. A monster. You're hurting innocent people.
So did Daisy.
Shut up. It's not the same thing at all.
Basira, he has a point.
You didn't know what you were doing. And since you did, you've spent every waking hour resisting. He knows exactly what he's doing. Daisy?
Be better if we could prepare.
I just think that we shouldn't be exposing ourselves like this until we have a little bit more than a hunch.
She does have a point.
I didn't ask you.
Okay, fine. I'll go then. I'll do some recon on my own and update you.
Wait, hang on.
Basira.
I'll tell you all what I find. Don't let him eat anyone's brain while I'm gone.
That's not what I do.
But Basira, come on.
Well, that was...
Shut up.
So we're going with her.
Come on, Mel. I'll see if I've got a stab vest in your size.
Yeah, sure.
Heads up.
The tape?
Something's here.
No shit. Look at this place.
Yeah.
When did you say they'd finished rebuilding?
2008. Doesn't look like anyone ever moved in, though.
So this is 10 years of cobwebs.
More than that.
No, I'm sure this is just the normal number of webs that grow up organically.
So where are all the spiders?
I mean, they hide. You know, it's a thing they do, spiders, they hide.
Perhaps they bugged out.
Was that a joke?
John, focus. Are you getting any sense of anything? Can you see anything?
No, I'm just seeing what you're seeing. Still a bit weak from our trip north, to be honest.
Sorry we couldn't stop for a snack.
Here, Mel.
What even are these?
Magnesium flares. Technically not legal anymore. If you need more, just shout.
I'm fine. And please don't call me Mel.
What? Since when?
Always. I'm trying to be more open about this stuff.
Roger Wilco, Ms. King.
Better.
These flares going to work?
No idea, but John said the web doesn't get on great with fire, and we don't exactly have a flamethrower, so...
I mean, at least until we find the one Gertrude stockpiled. Right next to the nukes.
I'm sure the flares will work fine. I mean, unless it's all some elaborate plot to have us burn this place down again.
So what if it is?
I don't follow.
I mean, anything we do could be part of the grand master plan. So what, we do nothing? Just sit on our hands and hope that's not what the spiders want?
Right, sure, but it wouldn't hurt to have a bit more of a plan of our own, would it?
Exactly.
You want to come back later?
Yes! That's what I said, isn't it?
Well, we're here now. Might as well push on.
Famous last words.
Clear. Looks like nothing downstairs.
You want to take a moment before we head up?
What about the basement?
Can't see one.
Huh.
You want me to take point?
No, I've got it. You hear that?
No, I don't hear.
Shh. Yes. Room on the left.
An organisation dedicated
Is
to
that?
academic
Yes.
research into the esoteric and the paranormal.
Don't touch
The
it.
head of the institute, Mr. Elias
It's all right.
Bouchard, has employed me to replace the previous head archivist, one Gertrude Robinson, who has recently passed away.
Something underneath it.
I see it. Hand me that brush.
Is that what I think it is?
Yep. Official institute paper and everything.
God damn it.
Statement of Annabelle Kane. She left it for us.
Honestly, don't know what else you guys were expecting.
Well, that's it then. Come on, let's finish up and get out of here.
I mean, are we burning it?
The statement or the building?
Both?
Don't tempt me.
If you need me, I'll be trying to get Daisy drunk.
Good luck. It only ever happened once in 2006. She drank it. Sorry.
Get away from him.
What's this? You got yourself a watchdog?
Well, more of a lapdog. Scrawny, isn't she?
I said get back.
Malnourished, I'd say. How long since you last tasted blood?
Do you think you can take us both?
I'd enjoy it. Start with the old bastard. He's slower, doesn't guard his neck. And you worry about him too much, don't you? I go for him, you get sloppy. Predictable.
Sure. Or I slit your little bookworm's throat.
Do it. Then give me a chance to finish off your dad.
I'm not her father.
Not by blood, maybe.
Shut it!
Come on, Julia.
What?
There's no rush. We've got all the time in the world. Besides, this place is just full of monsters. She can't guard them all.
Fine.
Thank you. I don't know. Daisy! Are you all right?
Don't touch me.
Christ, he was right. I didn't... When did you get so
I'm
thin?
not. It's fine.
It's the hunt, isn't it? Without it...
I'm fine. Just haven't been hungry. I'm strong enough.
Clearly.
They're not gone yet. We could still get them.
Daisy, no. It's like you say. Don't listen to the blood.
Listen to the quiet.
Even so, if it's having this much of an effect on you...
I'm not going back. I can't let it in again.
But it... What if it kills you?
Always said I was dedicated to justice.
Daisy, it's not... You can't think like that.
John, do you have any idea how much damage you can do if you're a police officer who wants to hurt people? How much the system will protect you? I managed to keep most of it from Basira, but...
That wasn't you, that was the hunt.
We were the same.
You'd never known anything different.
Because I never wanted to. Well, that time trapped was good for one thing. Thinking. And I did a lot of it. I've made my choice.
Okay. So what do we do when they come back?
I don't know.
Come on. We'd better tell Basira. How's Daisy?
I don't know. She's recovered from your little confrontation, but she's still getting weaker. I'm worried she's...
Yeah.
Why did you call her and not me?
Honestly, I panicked. Her name came up first on my phone.
I'm trying to convince her to go after them. To, hunt them.
Why?
Because I'm not going to lose her.
She goes hunting again, you might anyway.
And if she doesn't, she might die.
Something you're fine with in certain other cases. And something she's made peace with.
Because of the guilt she feels over the stuff the hunt made her do. It's not her fault.
Earlier, when she was still out of it, I saw some of the things she was talking about, some of the things she did while she was police. I'm not convinced I disagree with her assessment. Do you want me to tell you?
No. No, I don't.
You knew, didn't you? You knew the sort of things she did, and you let her.
No, not exactly. I thought... It's not that simple.
It never is. But that doesn't make it okay.
None of us are who we were, John.
No, I suppose not. In many ways it's simpler now, isn't it? At least now our demons have names. Have you thought any more about what I said?
Yeah. I don't think I can. Daisy wouldn't come if I didn't, and I'm not leaving her behind. Besides, both of us being blind would be... Anyway, being stuck here isn't exactly her main problem right now.
I suppose not.
And with those hunters still out there...
No, I understand. Just wanted to make sure you knew you had the choice.
Yeah. Anyway, I should go check on her.
Sure.
And it says, play me. Kinda suspicious.
So Elias left it.
Or Martin. Or Peter. Or Annabelle.
Fine. Whatever. Could be a distraction.
Only one way to find out.
We don't have time for this.
We don't know that. We've no idea what sort of time frame we're on. I say play it.
Thank you.
Well...
Looks like two people. An old guy
and a woman with a scar.
Oh, God, now? Why now?
It's probably not a coincidence. From what I saw, they've been toying with the rest of the Institute. But it won't be long until they're all dead or escaped.
And then they're coming here.
Right.
Okay. Set up by the door. Try and take them when they break through.
Right. What the hell is that thing? Go.
This might be it.
Basira.
Didn't think it would end like this. You know, actually, I think I did.
Basira, promise me something.
What? No, Daisy, no.
Basira, when this is over, you need to find me and kill me. Promise me.
No. No, Daisy, we'll figure something out.
Can't find forever, John.
This last month, it was always borrowed time. Can't outrun it forever.
Daisy.
Promise me.
I promise.
Thanks. Now run.
Daisy.
Run.
Aha, there you are.
All alone. Oh.
Shit.
Well, it technically still belongs to Daisy, so I'm just glad it's not some sort of kill room.
Or it is, and she just cleaned it up really well.
Yes.
Are we safe here?
Safe as anywhere else. If Elias wanted to find us, I imagine he could, but I doubt the police would be able to. If nothing else, I'm hoping there'd be some jurisdiction complications in Scotland or something.
Somehow I don't think Daisy will be worried about jurisdictions.
I don't think she'd come here. Doesn't look like this place has been used for years.
And if she does?
Well, at least we'll know where she is.
Daisy apparently couldn't pick a safe house with a signal.
I think that's rather the point. She's looking for Daisy. She's a few steps behind.
And Daisy?
Bestial. Brutal. Carving her way through the domains of other powers following the scent of blood. Oh, Daisy, I'm sorry.
What's Basira going to do?
She thinks she's going to kill Daisy. like she promised. But she's conflicted. Basira and Daisy, we're close.
Wait, what? Wait, really? That's brilliant. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Things aren't good.
Oh my goodness, really? And here was me thinking the apocalypse was going oh so swimmingly.
Yes, all right. I just meant...
I know what you meant. I can still be keen to see our friends.
True.
Besides, we can help them now.
It's not fair outliving her. But that dog of yours, that rabid bitch, she knew. Killed her first so she could see me limp away. It's a game to her.
Suit cost me my only lead on Daisy, and I need to find her before she moves on. So unless you have something useful to say...
Daisy's not here. She's already moved on.
So when everything went sideways at the Institute, I lost track of Daisy and Julie in one talk. I know Daisy managed to kill her, but I don't know the details. Didn't find any sign of them in the archives, at least.
It was about a week later. They'd been stalking each other through the tunnels beneath the city. Daisy managed to corner her in an old subway access and tore out her throat. Trevor found the body 3 hours later.
Do you want to tell it?
Sorry. I thought you'd want me to fill in on the missing details.
I don't. Anyway, seems like since then, Trevor was tracking Daisy. Wanted revenge, you heard him. I was still in the Institute when everything went to hell outside, so I guess that protected me from the first wave. Once I saw what had happened, that we'd lost. Didn't feel like there was anything left worth doing except keeping my promise to Daisy. So I went looking. Found Trevor's trail eventually and started tailing him. Hoped I could follow him as he tracked Daisy, but then you had to blunder your way in as always, and I had to step in.
It will take us past Daisy's victim, though.
Victim?
She's been killing.
Is that door meant to be open? And dripping blood?
We're here.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes. Horrible way to go.
You sure this is Daisy's handiwork?
Positive. She'd been prowling around for a long time, waiting for a gap in the treatments. And when she got one, she carved through the door like it was paper. He tried to run, but she was so fast. She took his legs first, slicing through the tendons.
Enough.
So that he could...
We get it. Let's go then.
Wait, what? That's it?
What else is there?
Seriously? I mean, who is this guy? Daisy slaughtered someone and you don't even want to know why? You don't care?
Don't have time.
I could tell you.
Don't bother. I know who he is.
What?
Noah Thompson. It's a nasty piece of work. Crossed him a few times when we weren't doing section work. Last I heard, he dodged the GBH charge Daisy brought him in on. Blinded a guy during a robbery. I guess she didn't forget.
Wait, so she's hunting down criminals? People who she thinks got away with stuff?
Sure.
Really? As simple as that?
What's your point?
What, you think he ended up at Wonderland House at random? We're just going to ignore it and write him off as a nasty piece of work?
We don't have time for this.
Then we should make time. You want to hear how he ended up blinding that man? Because it wasn't a robbery. He was running away from Daisy, lashing out in a panic. The court believed it, but you believed her.
I told you not to look in my head.
I didn't, and I won't. But you can't hunt a monster that you refuse to see.
I mean your issue with a certain feral runaway. Take you right to that murder machine you call a partner. 2 minutes, door to door, quick shot to the back of Daisy's head and we'll be home before you know it. And do give my best to Daisy, if you ever do find her.
Next one's through here.
Next one.
Her latest victim.
Oh.
Recognize her?
No. I don't think I do.
That wasn't a question. It was an instruction. We can't move on until you do.
John, what are you getting at?
This isn't just a journey through spaces.
Fine, I recognize her. I don't know her name, though.
Isabel Moran. Shoplifter, drug addict. Daisy was certain she was dealing as well. Derailed her recovery twice.
Fine. Noted. Can we just move on, please?
I'm afraid not.
Why not?
We aren't finished here.
Is that a threat?
Guys, come on, don't do this, not here.
I told you before, we can't hunt a monster you refuse to see.
Don't give me that patronizing, ominous oracle bullshit, John. I'm not an idiot.
I never said you were.
Guys.
Look, I need you to lead the way. I don't need your advice, and certainly don't need you stood there judging me.
Enough! Someone has died. Show some respect. Or don't you care?
Of course I fucking care. What's the problem?
I don't understand.
I don't need him laying everything out for me like I'm some kind of idiot. I know, alright? Daisy's the only person I could ever rely on, and she did things, terrible things, and I refused to see it, or said it was my duty, or whatever. I don't know.
Sarah.
I care, I don't need to wallow in it. I need to end it. All of it.
We're here for you.
No. She was there for me.
Cops versus robbers and monsters.
I thought we were doing good. I really did. I knew there was some bad shit. I knew Daisy was into a lot of it, but I thought it balanced out. I thought we were good.
I know how that feels.
I wanted to help people, you know? When I first joined, protect people. But then I saw what some of those same people were capable of, and something changed. I wanted to hurt them. The ones that deserved it, and it felt good. It felt righteous. I thought I could feel the line, but I really did. Eventually, though, it was too much. I was gonna quit. I couldn't take what I saw myself becoming, but then I got sectioned, and suddenly it turned out there were real monsters out there, and well, that just made the power talk better. So things kept slipping. But Daisy was always there for me.
All those innocent people.
Were they? Innocent?
Some. And if not, what crime warrants what was done to them? Theft, violence, disrespect.
You knew her. She was trying to be better.
She was. But she never asked me to forgive her.
Forgive her?
I've been scared. Terrified for my life so many times these last few years, but I've never, not once, felt so horribly, abjectly powerless as when she took me into that forest to kill me. I'll never forget it.
You never said.
It's not easy to talk about.
Oh, John.
And would you have? Forgiven her?
No. But she never asked me. She knew she had no right.
I really am gonna have to kill her, aren't I?
There's no way to bring her back. Not anymore. At this point, if I tried to take away her fear, it would destroy her anyway.
Am I even gonna be able to?
Yes.
And she stays dead?
In this case, yes.
What about the powers?
Dream logic, remember? She won't come back. Trust me.
Does she want me to kill her?
She asked you to, didn't she?
No, I mean right now. Is she suffering?
No. Right now, she's happy.
Killing her won't undo any of it. But that's not the point.
The third time he had lost the ability to walk the streets without being hounded by some bored cop, turning out his pockets, desperate for him to throw a punch. But it changed nothing. He always had Colin's back. Something is coming. Derek can feel it. It's not the next cart, he knows that sound. It's quicker, more vicious. Panting, snarling, bloody feet speeding quietly over through the heat of the yard, a hatred, a deep, self-righteous loathing charging before him. It is the sharp end of the violence that has wanted him all his life, and Derek has less than a second to recognize her face before she begins to tear him apart. Another victim, another hunt. The pain and terror courses through him. Derek is still aware as she toys with him, pulls bits from his torso and chews them with 100 sharpened teeth. He is aware, though not, perhaps, alive.
She's here then?
Basira, I didn't hear you.
No. I figured you wouldn't when you were busy.
I thought you were keeping watch.
I was. Watched you sneak away.
Sorry.
You apologize too much.
Martin says the same thing.
Like he's any better. Why didn't you want me to hear this one?
What?
You weren't as cagey about the other ones, meaning you wanted to keep this one secret. Because this one was Daisy's victim.
Yes.
Didn't think you knew what the statement was going to be before it happened.
I just had a sense of it.
So, what? You thought I'd hear he was a murderer and I'd agree with her? Maybe I'd figure she was doing the Apocalypse a favor by taking him out.
I don't know what I thought.
Sure.
I don't know, alright? I was worried that if you listened, it might feel like an accusation. After everything we've already talked about, I mean, what good would it do for you to hear? What's in this one that you don't already know? People have their reasons for doing wrong. The system hurts everyone. It just seemed kind of pointless.
Yeah, I guess.
Honestly, I just wanted to avoid this conversation.
Should have been sneakier then.
Yeah. Never been my strong suit, has it?
How many times have you been kidnapped at this point?
It depends if you...
Say it.
Depends if you count Daisy. So, you did hear it then?
Yeah.
What did you think? Did it help?
With what?
I don't know.
Me neither.
Hey, she's here.
What? Now?
Yeah, she just tore into a guy. He was.
Yes, we understand, Martin.
You didn't think this was worth mentioning?
I didn't notice. I was talking to you.
Fine, whatever. Let's go.
Okay, made it on time. I think this is the right shopping centre. I don't see it though. Oh, I hope I didn't get the wrong one. Again.
Martin.
Ah! Daisy! Oh, hello. How are you?
Fine.
Okay. So, why did you need to meet me here? Oh, is it a case from Elias? Are we on a stakeout? Should I have worn a disguise? You didn't say I'd need a disguise.
A case for... God, no, Martin. You were the last person I would ask to help me on an investigation. No offence.
Oh, none taken, I suppose. But the last person, though? Really? Like, you'd ask Tim before me? Or, like...
Martin.
Right, not important, sorry. Okay, so, why did you ask to see me then?
Basira.
You needed to see me about Basira?
It's... Her birthday is coming up.
Is it really? I had no idea. That's brilliant, though. How old is she going to... Oh, oops, sorry. Rude question, never mind. What are you going to get her?
I don't know.
Sorry?
I said I don't know.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I don't know what to get Basira, and that's why I called you here. I
I need your help.
My help? I mean, it's nice of you to ask, but you're so close to her, why would you need anyone's help to buy her a present?
Look, it's not like I can't get her a gift, but I know that if I do it alone, I'll get her something boring and practical. She doesn't like to make a big deal about her birthday, so... But it's been a rough year, so...
You wanted to get her something special?
Yeah.
Well, that's very lovely of you, Daisy. Really, but, why me?
Who else was I going to ask? I've barely said 2 words to Melanie. Tim would probably just make stupid jokes the entire time, and John, neither of us were exactly popular from before, so... Well...
I'm your only choice.
Pretty much.
Well, let's get started then.
You'll help?
Of course I'll help. I mean, I came here, didn't I?
Okay then. Here.
What's this?
I canvassed this place last week and broke down the shops into a grid-based search pattern. That's your half.
My half?
Yes. I'm taking east, you're taking west. We'll search all the shops, write down anything we think Basira would like, and meet back here to compare findings after we're done.
That's very, efficient.
Of course. This is important. Now, get going. I don't like crowds, so I don't want to spend more time here than I absolutely have to.
Right, yes, Ma'am.
No. 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 None of this works.
None of it? Are you sure? I mean, I thought that pillow set was kind of nice.
Nice? Nice isn't good enough, Martin. I wanted something more than nice. Basira thinks I don't understand how much she covers for me, but I do, and now I can't even find anything worth giving her. Why is it so bloody hard to find something decent?
Why don't we check that list again? Maybe we missed something.
Forget the list. Forget all of this. It was pointless for me to think I could do something nice for her, and even more pointless to drag you along into it. Go home, Martin. We're done.
No.
What?
No. We're not done. What you're trying to do, Daisy, it's nice, it's kind, and frankly, we haven't had much of either lately, so no, we're not giving up.
But we've searched this whole place and didn't find anything.
So you're just going to stop trying? That's not you, Daisy, you're relentless. Look, okay. If you're on the trail of some scary what's-it and you can't find it at first, what do?
This is stupid.
Daisy, you asked for my help, remember? This is what that looks like, so humour me, please.
Fine. If I can't find what I'm looking for initially, I widen the search. I run down witnesses and investigate sighting locations, places where people have heard strange noises, or an area where people make calls that got dismissed at first. That kind of thing.
Okay, see? That's great. This place was a bust, but it's just a random shopping centre. There's no guarantee we were going to find anything here to begin with. So if our quarry is Basira's gift, and it's not here, then we just have to go someplace where it's more likely to be.
That makes no sense.
And if I were a gift for Basira, then where would I be? Gift for Basira, gift for Basira. Got it.
You do?
Yep. Come on, follow me.
Martin, where do you... Wait for me.
Okay, here we are.
So, a bookshop?
Not just any bookshop. This is the Cracked Spine, best bookshop in the area. I come here all the time. They're brilliant.
This is where you think we'll find something for Basira? I don't know, Martin. We don't exactly have a great track record with books.
Oh, don't worry. None of those books here. I've checked. Anyway, do you know what Basira has done at the Institute every single day since she was hired?
Curse Elias for the scheming bastard he is?
No. Okay, well, actually, maybe, but that wasn't what I was going to say. She reads all the time. Just devours books. And, well, it's not just for work. We read as we know our own, and she really enjoys it. She told me she's been making the most out of a bad situation, and that she never had time to read before with, well, you know.
Nothing besides paperwork, anyway.
Exactly. Reading is something that she likes to do, but hasn't had much time in her life to do it until recently. Between the books and journals, pens, and everything else in here, I'm sure we can find something that she'll really like.
Okay. Oh, okay. I think you're onto something. Where do we start?
You take east, I'll take west.
Sounds good. And Martin?
No, I know. Be efficient.
No, not that. Now that I'm here, I have this feeling that I'm going to find what we've been hunting for, so thank you. I wouldn't have known to come here if it wasn't for you.
Oh. Well, you're welcome. I'm happy to help, really.
Great. Now, let's get started. I think they're closing up in 30 minutes.
30 minutes? That's not even enough time for a good browse. Okay, we need to hurry. Okay.